and welcome to Thursday, the 4th of September. It is raining. It has not stopped raining, and it's going to continue to rain. It's very, very, very wet outside. I'm really wanting to go for a walk, but it's just too cold to get wet and cold. So, no walking. All right, so we still currently have the moon in Capricorn. All right, so we're still looking. We've still got the ability to get some stuff done. All right. Although I do feel like with this, like with the moon being ruled by Saturn now in Pisces, we might be looking at some of the things that we have let go by the wayside a little bit. You know, maybe it's a little bit like a Mercury retrograde, but nowhere near a Mercury retrograde. I just mean maybe there's some foundational beliefs or maybe there's some old things as far as your work goes that needs to be revisited or finalized. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Alicia. How are you? Yay, it's working today, 2 days in a row. Go, yay. All right. So now, all right. So the moon in Capricorn, it is going to come up and square Chiron at 2 o'clock. All right. So again, I just feel like, what have you put to the side? Good morning, Susan. How are you? Again, I just feel like this is paperwork. I mean, it is Capricorn, so it's some sort of, we're all building futures and trying to get ahead. And, this takes having a strong foundation or systems. Oh, maybe that's a good one. Maybe we've got systems that we have started to put in place. Good morning, Kathy. That, so we're going back to sort of the beginning of the year type of feels. So did you have something in place that worked for you back then that obviously, we just let things go and then we pick them up again? Maybe it's time to have a look back to see what you need to pick up again that worked for you previously. Again, I'm really going with instinct on that one. All right, so the moon is trine Uranus today, and Uranus is, good morning, Linda. Uranus is stationed right now. It is going retrograde on Saturday at 2:50. All right, so I was just doing tomorrow and Saturday's words, and there's a lot of this the record player getting stuck on one line and saying the same thing over again. So it may be a new innovative thought that you have or a new direction that you'll end up going in. Good morning, Barbara. Because of that beautiful mini grand trine. Because if you take it like really literally, Saturn's now it's out of sign. So it's only Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune at that 1 degree. All right. So there's just, you know, again, maybe something that we've forgotten, look, like I am right now, trying to finding words. But anyway, look, I'll read the words. All right, so you may feel obliged to act a certain way or say something that you don't quite believe in out of duty. However, you may just have that knowing that this just won't serve anyone if you're not authentically honest about the situation. All right, have the courage to address any concerns prior to any showdowns or public exposure to get any kinks ironed out in private. All right. So, there's definitely a lot of shifting and changing right now. Even like static electricity is maybe a type of feeling that I'm trying to get to just with this Uranus. It likes movement. It is electricity. It is lightning. It is gale force winds, and the fact that it's stationary right now, and then tomorrow or this evening the moon moves into Aquarius. All right, so just be aware that there's a lot of volatility, electricity, movement, and if you've really got this incessant thought or intrusive thoughts, ask yourself, what are they trying to get through to you? All right, because Uranus he is the sky god. He is our upper level thinking. And so even though it's in Capricorn and these processes that we have in place to make our lives easier, or our businesses function well, there's still this unsettled energy around. All right. So now, again, with that feeling of duty, that definitely comes from the Capricorn. All right. That's that stoic, you know, chin up, let's just go do the thing. Yet Uranus is like, no, no. There are some really good points about Capricorn that can be utilized right now, but innovation is the thing that we are looking for. So like for tomorrow, I've sort of put in this, concerns about the future may occupy our thoughts, but there's some aspect of the past that is holding us back. So again, going back to that Saturn in Pisces, where at the beginning of the year, maybe we had some processes in place that were functioning quite well, that, Saturn moved into Aries and we were like, we need to rush ahead. But now Saturn's like, actually, no, let's go tie up any of those loose ends or remember why those things worked for us. Okay, so now this morning we had that Jupiter trine the North Node, sextile the South Node. That is lovely. So there are definitely some things that we've been learning or become aware of, especially in those family, ancestral, old patterns of behavior. We've become aware of those things. We are able to nurture ourselves in the moment. So we are moving forward in a very different direction. So, or, think of that golden cord. We are being led willingly along by the universe, and easily letting go of those things that are holding us to the past. All right. So that's lovely. And it does take self-care, nurturing, being okay with yourself, like this is just a trip. It's one life. There are plenty of every minute you get an opportunity to try something new. All right. We don't have to get stuck in the tradition of the past. Remember that tradition are just our ancestors bullying us. So, we can let things go. And that is one of tomorrow's things as well, is to drop the load. All right. So now, as far as the moon goes, like I said, the moon is trine that Uranus, which is stationary and very static. So here's that between back then and over there and to the future and but the past. So, all right. And then the moon is also going to be conjuncting Pluto all day. All right. So that is exact at 11:30 p.m. So we have truth and clarity and, maybe the power of the systems that make things work. But then when it moves into Aquarius at 8:30, right? So we've still got 3 hours after that, that it then becomes exact where, we can definitely transform or, gain that clarity, power, that type of thing heading towards the future. But for us in the Southern Hemisphere, we're more than likely going to be asleep. So it's a bit of a different sort of experience. And so between the hours of 1 and 11, all right, I know that's a very broad spectrum, but the moon is sextile Saturn between 1 and 8 and sextile Neptune between 4 and 11. And because they are still, even though they're out of sign, they're working as a team, they're trying to, work on very specific aspects of ourselves. It is a sextile. It takes us to recognize the opportunity. So, if you do want to moon in Capricorn, sextile Saturn, have a look at those systems that I was talking about from, what's previously worked for us. How can we integrate that into our future endeavors? There's that Neptune where we need to be able to connect in with something to make it valid for us. If we're just doing things with no real meaning, then it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to hold our attention. We're not going to believe in it. We've got that whole, in order for something to be meaningful, we have to have a belief in it, So again, there's that ability to work towards something, but also figure out whether we actually believe in it. Is it worth giving our trust and faith in something? All right. So, that fits with that looking back at the things that have worked previously. whilst also feeling that electric current of Uranus saying change, innovate, do things differently. All right, so how does that feel for everybody? All right, and again, don't let tradition hold you back, definitely not. All right, so we're just going to draw a tarot card today. All right. So I bought a new set of cards actually yesterday. The Emily and Dan gave me a voucher, so I bought the Mythic Tarot. I was like, "Oh, that feels nice." So we soon, when they come, we will have a new set of cards to be drawing from. All right. Okay. What card is going to be perfect? This one. Oh, the sun. Oh, I love that. I love that. All right. So you know what? This does incorporate that um, Jupiter trine the North Node. All right. Allow the things that bring you joy to draw you along the path. I love that. And whilst also, so for the words for tomorrow, what the past doesn't want to be let go. The future needs to be born. However, if we can appreciate the things that have built us thus far and respect that, then they're going to still be placed in an honored position. Did that make sense? Yeah, we're not forgetting the past. We're putting it in a place where we can appreciate what it gave us. All right. So here's that nodal journey. It's we hang out in somewhere that is comfortable, yet we need to move forward. So don't fear, don't hold on to things too hard. Let yourself be drawn forth and enjoy the things that you have in your life. Otherwise, why do you have them in your life? So, so yeah, how does that feel, guys? That's me for today. Um, um, I had a name somewhere. Can't remember what it is now. Completely forgotten. Yeah. No, you'll just have to wait for tomorrow because I still can't see where I put that note. Anyway, that's it. That's it, guys. All right. Feel the energy for today. Let it go. Move forward. It's all good. Mwah. Have a good one, and I'll see you for Friday.